Hello, welcome back to another FPL video. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone's had a great Christmas. We're currently in the middle of game week 15, just after the Boxing Day fixtures, right in the middle of all the festive fixtures. I'm absolutely loving all the football that we have got at the minute. Today we're going to be looking ahead to game week 16, how the team is lining up. I know a lot of you will be wildcarding ahead of game week 16, so let me know how that is going down in the comments down below, and maybe I'll be able to help you out with that a little bit. But yeah, we're going to be looking ahead to game week 16, so let's just go straight into this one. So firstly, how are we faring? Obviously, we don't actually know the game week average or the game week sort of total points or game week points that I've got so far this week. Can say that I'm currently, with the points I've got, on 872 points, but I've not actually had, my captain Salah play. Had a couple of people play. I know the Leeds result, but don't yet know the Liverpool one. West Ham, I actually haven't checked the end of that result. I know that Soufal hasn't kept a clean sheet, but I don't know how that game has actually ended. But yeah, we've got Salah against West Brom coming with the captaincy, and Son and Dyer against Wolves later. So hopefully they can pick up some points. Currently on an overall rank of 450k, which is actually a slight red arrow from last week, but hopefully, as I said, with the players I've got to come, that can actually turn into a green arrow. But taking a look ahead to game week 16 and the players we've got going into that game week, we've got Martinez in net against Chelsea, and I mean Chelsea, they've looked kind of up and down of late, more down. So losing to Arsenal 3-1, losing to Wolves, they've not looked too great going forward of late, so I'm not too disappointed to have Martinez playing against him. I think that Chelsea probably will score, but I think Martinez can definitely pick up quite a few save points. We could even see him getting like 6 points. He gets 6 maybe save points, or 2 save points, 6 saves, and maybe a bonus point. That would be nice, but not expected too much. But if he can pick up some save points, that would be wonderful. Soufal against Southampton. There was people, we were kind of worrying a little bit that he may not play because he just had a newborn child on Christmas Eve, I believe, or Christmas Day, but he did end up playing against Brighton, so it looks like he will definitely be playing against Southampton. So I'm not particularly planning on benching him or taking him out anytime soon. Then we've got Dyer against Fulham at home. Should be a nice clean sheet for them. Hopefully, you can step up, score a free kick. That'll be absolutely wonderful. But I think a clean sheet can be expected in that game. They have Dallas and it's West Bromwich Albion away. Now, Leeds haven't been too great at keeping clean sheets this season, but they did keep a clean sheet against Burnley. And with Sam Allardyce coming into that West Brom side, we'll likely see them being a bit more kind of defensively sound, but also not as good going forward. The way Allardyce likes to play, he likes to grind up for a 0-0 or maybe nick at 1-0 at the end. So going forward, hopefully Dallas will be able to keep a clean sheet and potentially get some kind of attack in return as well, as we've seen him do in the past. Then moving on to the midfield. Now this is where I'm potentially thinking about making a transfer. I haven't yet made a transfer just because I'm waiting to see news on certain players. The two players I'm thinking about are either Mane or Rashford. Now Mane's still yet to play, so I'm holding out for there. And Rashford has that kind of shoulder injury at 75% on FPL, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens with those guys, whether we see some pictures released later today with Rashford in training, because I think out of the two, I'd like to go for Rashford, as it would allow me to do a little bit more going forward in his fixtures for the double game week and after the double game week do look very, very nice. He's actually scored more points than Mane, Salah, Sterling so far this season, so I think Rashford does look good. But I also do really like the fixtures that Mane has got coming up as well. But I think it's definitely going to be Kevin De Bruyne out. His price is about to drop and he's just looked a little bit underwhelming over the past few game weeks. Then we've got Son playing against Fulham. When Fulham do go away from home, they do tend to set up shop. They tend to be quite defensive, but we can see Spurs likely to come out of the blocks in this game, and hopefully Son can grab a couple of goals. And we've got Salah, Newcastle away. I mean, that's who I'm going to put my captaincy on. Salah's been absolutely great so far this season, and Newcastle of late have been pretty poor defensively, conceding 5 goals against Leeds a few days ago or last week. Newcastle just don't look particularly great at the back, and I think Salah and Liverpool can really exploit that. So hopefully Salah can pick up some points. Another man that I'm considering captaining is Bruno Fernandes, because he just keeps on getting points. You just can't stop the guy. It's between him and Salah really for who's going to be the highest scoring asset in FPL this season. Bruno Fernandes just looks unbelievable. He keeps getting assists, keeps getting goals, and is just a massive influence on that Man United team, and definitely will not be getting any kind of benching over these Christmas period. I think Solskjaer's kind of realised that he needs Fernandes in that squad to win games. We may see some management of minutes for Bruno Fernandes, but hopefully, that'll be 70 minutes, and by that time he will have already had his influence on the game. Then we top off the midfield with Grealish, and although he didn't do anything in the Palace game, he was really, really close, played a couple of lovely balls through to Ollie Watkins, who really should have been scoring both of those, hit the post on one of them. So, if Grealish comes away with an assist for that one, you're pretty happy with it. But yeah, I think Grealish in this game could actually go and do something, and going forward, I think he is just great value for money, and I'm not really looking to take him out anytime soon. One thing to be said is that he is on 4 yellow cards, and because Aston Villa have missed 2 games, he does have to make it to game week 21 without receiving a yellow card. If he does receive a yellow card, he will get a match ban, so that'll be a problem to deal with, but hopefully at a later date, hopefully he does not get a yellow card anytime soon, so he stays playing in that side. Then we move on to the attack, and we have Patrick Bamford against West Brom. It was really nice to see him step up and take the penalty that he won. You can tell he really, really wanted to take that and put that away, and so he did. So we could see Bamford on more penalties going forward, which is always nice for your attacking assets to get on penalties. And just generally with the amount of chances that Leeds are creating, Bamford looks unbelievable. He is very close to actually overtaking my other striker, Calvert-Lewin, who's been a little bit lackluster of late. They are missing quite a few players. Everton, the likes of Richarlison, Digne, Coleman, Rodriguez, all out, and those guys provide a lot of creativity for Calvert-Lewin. So definitely when we see those guys come back into the team, we're likely to see Calvert-Lewin's form rise back up. However, I just don't think at the minute he's the player that I particularly want. I'm looking at bringing another striker in the next game week. I'm looking at bringing someone else in the near future. However, for this game week, we've got Calvert-Lewin against Manchester City. Hopefully, he can wipe out that Manchester City clean sheet that quite a few people do hold. That would be nice, but yeah, not expecting too much from Calvert-Lewin. And then we've got the bench. We've got Klein, Brewster and Dunn. Klein's being rotated a lot with Ward at Crystal Palace. He's kind of 1 game on, 1 game off, so I'm really hoping that the game 1 that he does have will be against Sheffield in game week 17. That would work quite nicely, and Brewster is just ticking along every week with that 1 solitary point. But it's just nice, if any of my players get injured, at least I know he's coming on for at least a point. And then we've got Dunn, who's just, he's doing absolutely nothing. I'm hoping that I can potentially bring an amateur at some point for Leicester, who looks a similar sort of thing to Brewster, that he's just got ticking off the odd 1 pointer. I hope you have enjoyed this quick little game week 16 team selection. Obviously, do let me know down in the comments below any last minute thoughts on the game week 16 wildcard. I know a lot of people sort of racking their heads at the minute over the teams they're looking at taking into the game week 16, but also a lot of planning going ahead to the free hit 18 and the double game week 19. So do let me know in the comments if you want any help with that. But I hope you have enjoyed this quick little team selection video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you're new around here, getting very close to that 200 mark. Hit the like button if you do enjoy the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.